Hello my viewers and welcome back to my channel. In a society grappling with the pervasive influence of WS, one palm color woman courageously shines a light on the complicity of palm color women in upholding systemic racism. In today's video, join me as we take a look into a candid and unflinching conversation led by this outspoken palm color woman who fearlessly exposes the harmful actions and behaviors perpetuated by her fellow palm color women. Drawing upon poignant examples from history and contemporary culture, she unveils the devastating impact of complicity and complacency in the face of racial injustice. From the tragic tale of Emmett Till to the painful realities of George Floyd's unaliving and the disrespectful treatment of Judge Jackson, she confronts the uncomfortable truths head-on. It's time to confront the role that palm color women play in perpetuating WS and to collectively strive for a more just and equitable society. Join me as we embark on this journey of awareness, accountability, and action. For now, check out her video. I will be right back.
So let's get back to white women and the harm that we do. There is real harm that we do about, in terms of sort of enacting white supremacy in different ways. And I'm going to give you just a few examples and then talk about some of the ways that we can do better, that we can change. So this is one of this is a really painful image. This is Mamie Till Mobley, who is standing over the coffin, the open casket of her son, Emmett Till. And Emmett Till, as you probably remember, was killed in 1955. He was a 14-year-old child. And he was killed because Carolyn Bryant pointed her finger at him and said that he had, in different versions, whistled at her, looked at her, touched her, made an advance at her. Some 50 years later, as an 80-year-old woman, Carolyn Bryant recanted that story. And yet, Emmett Till is still dead because she pointed her finger at him. And it's that harm that I'm trying to get to. And this horrible, painful example is not isolated in American culture. Not even close. It's a pattern. And there's some more harm that we do. There's Marsha Blackburn talking to Judge Jackson. This is not a lynching, but it was a disrespectful and painful sort of questioning that was beneath the dignity of Judge Jackson, right? And this is Amy Cooper. I don't know if you remember this. This happened not too far from where I live in New York City. This woman, her name's Amy Cooper. She's in a section of Central Park where you're not allowed to have your dog off leash. There are other areas really close to this spot where you can have your dog off leash. And Christian Cooper, who likes to bird watch, was there early in the morning. He's African American, no relation. And he just asked her to leash her dog. Ma'am, would you leash your dog? And she starts freaking out, saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? And in one of the most chilling displays, the power of white women, she gets on the phone to 911 and she throws her voice about half an octave and says, I'm in danger. There's an African American man who's videotaping me and threatening me. Come quick. Right? This is the same day in May of 2020 when 12 hours later, George Floyd is on the sidewalk in the street in Minneapolis, and a cop has his knee on his throat. And a young 17-year-old African-American girl is filming the life go out of his body. These happened on the same day, and for me, they are forever twinned, because the thing that she's trying to do is to bring down on Christian Cooper, this lovely African-American gay man who likes to watch birds. She's trying to make happen to him what happened to George Floyd that day. That's the harm that we do. And before there were Karens, there were Beckys, right? This is Barbecue Becky. She called 911 on a black family who was setting up a barbecue pit, which is both legal and quite ordinary and not at all scary. But she called 911 and the police came, and then that family turned their cameras on her, and when she started being videoed, she ran away and cried. And this is another woman who got called Permit Patty, who was upset that there was a young black girl, I believe she was 8 years old, selling water on the sidewalk near her home without a permit.
So yeah, please go back and watch the video talking about the harm that white women do. How about a missed opportunity? And I think it was intentional. So you have a group of students or staff that are complaining about educators, teachers, or their supervisors or managers. So you have a staff meeting, and instead of being upfront and honest and say, students and our staff are complaining because you're demonstrating racist behavior, because you're saying racist comments, you slip in there and you say, oh, let's talk about cultural sensitivity. We have to watch what we say and be more culturally sensitive. And there's some good articles out there and that sort of thing. So if you need the help, you can go find it yourself. What a crock of malarkey. Okay, I mean, seriously, that would have been the most opportune time to say it exactly as it is. You all are being considered as racist. You're saying racist comments, and the students and staff think that you're demonstrating racist behaviors. But no, white women go and say, oh, we have to be culturally sensitive. Come on, give me a break. That's not what it's about. What a missed opportunity. But I think it was intentional. You don't want to say the word racist. You don't want it in your meeting minutes. It is racist. It is racist. It is racist. I don't know how loud that I have to say that. Like, come on, y'all. Call it what it is. If you're racist, just say you're racist. But then again, you won't say that you're racist. You won't even address it in a meeting. And me being like the only black person there, again, disclaimer, this could have happened at any point in time because you all think the same, not 100%, but most. Like, I'm just going to sweep it under the rug. I'm going to do what I have to do because there was complaints. I have to address them. So I'm going to address them by calling it cultural sensitivity. Seriously, get a grip. I think you all really need to listen to what's going on, because believe me, if you don't listen to the students and the staff now, you will be listening to it when it goes further. Just saying.
Now, these are really sad incidents. I'm not going to talk about all the examples she mentioned, but I'm just going to pick on a few and comment on those. Let's start with Emmett Till's unaliving. The tragic case of Emmett Till exemplifies how the false accusations of a palm-colored woman, Caroline Bryant, led to the brutal unaliving of a 14-year-old black boy by weaponizing her privilege as a palm-colored woman and leveraging societal perceptions of black men as threats. Now, Caroline Bryant perpetuated the artistic stereotype of the dangerous black man. Her accusations, regardless of their veracity, tapped into deeply ingrained fears and prejudices, ultimately resulting in Emmett Till's unaliving. Now, this incident highlights how palm-colored women have historically wielded their perceived innocence and victimhood to incite violence against black people. In the case of George Floyd, a palm-colored police officer, Derek Chauvin, used excessive and deep force against Floyd, resulting in his tragic unaliving. His actions, emblematic of systemic racism with law enforcement, reflect a broader pattern of police brutality and disproportionately affecting black communities. The impunity with which Chauvin acted underscores the power dynamics inherent in WS, where black lives are devalued and disposable in the eyes of those in positions of authority. During the confirmation hearings of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, a palm-colored senator, including Marsha Blackburn, subjected her to disrespectful and racially charged questioning. Now, this treatment reflects the pervasive biases and prejudices that permeate institutions of power, where palm-colored individuals seek to undermine the credibility and legitimacy of black professionals. By questioning Judge Jackson's qualifications and integrity in a manner devoid of respect and decorum, these senators perpetuated the narratives of black incompetence and unworthiness, reinforcing systems of WS. Now, in each of these incidents, palm-colored individuals and people in positions of power have exploited their privilege and perpetuated harmful stereotypes and prejudices against black individuals. Whether through false accusations, acts of violence, or institutional discrimination, WS continues to manifest in various forms, perpetuating inequality and injustice. It is important for all individuals, especially those who benefit from WP, to acknowledge their role in upholding systemic racism and to actively work towards dismantling oppressive structures. Now, the case of Emmett Till, a black teenager brutally unalived in Mississippi in 1955, serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of WS and racial prejudice. Caroline Bryant's false accusation that Till had made advances towards her, which she later admitted to fabricating, exemplifies the weaponization of palm-colored womanhood to justify violence against black individuals. The acquittal of Till's unalivers by an all-palm-color jury highlights the complicity of the justice system in perpetrating racial injustice and impunity for crimes against Black people. Till's open casket funeral, where his mutilated body was displayed for the whole world to see, galvanized the civil rights movement and exposed the horrors of racial violence to a broader audience. The unaliving of George Floyd by Derek Chauvin, a palm-color police officer, ignited global outrage and sparked mass protests against police brutality and racial injustice. His use of excessive force, kneeling on Floyd's neck for over 9 minutes, symbolizes the systemic racism entrenched within law enforcement agencies. Floyd's final words, "I can't breathe," echo the countless Black lives unjustly taken at the hands of police officers who wield power with impunity. His unaliving serves as a catalyst for demands for police reform, accountability, and systemic change within the criminal justice system. During the confirmation hearings of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court, several palm-color senators engaged in overtly disrespectful and racially charged questioning. Senator Marsha Blackburn's line of questioning, which insinuated that Judge Jackson was soft on crime and lenient towards child predators, reflects a long-standing pattern of vilifying Black individuals in positions of authority. These tactics perpetuate harmful stereotypes and undermine the achievements and qualifications of Black professionals. The treatment of Judge Jackson underscores the barriers and biases faced by Black women in accessing positions of power and influence. Now, these incidents exemplify the insidious ways in which WS operates to perpetuate harm and injustice against Black people. From false accusations and systemic violence to institutional discrimination and racial bias, WS continues to shape social structures and perpetuate inequality. We have finally come to the end of the video. Share your thoughts as well in the comment section. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.